What the fuck are we talking about now?
Space. Today we...
Welcome everybody to Watch and or Complain dot
the right one.
biz. I'm your host,
All right.
Rob,
Today...
and with my co-host, as always,
Where is that?
Philip, who is currently looking for what we're going to talk about.
Today we're talking about The Gray Man. On Netflix.
Yep.
With Ryan Reynolds?
Yep.
No,
And,
that's not...
Yep. Ryan Reynolds
Shit.
and
What's his name?
Robert Downey Jr.
Ryan...
Yep. Ryan
Gosling.
Evans.
That's it.
Ryan Evans.
Shit.
Brian Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
Brian Gosling
I
and
fucking hate you.
Chris America.
Kattan.
Chris Kattan.
Doing the Apple thing. Okay.
Good fucking luck. Remember, you know what? I watched this movie, fell asleep, decided, okay, I'll stop in the middle mark. Watched it the next day from the part that I remembered, and this movie is just so generic. It just fucking reeks of, we want our own Bourne Identity with a bigger budget.
Yeah.
The only part of the movie that I had any interest at all in was Chris Evans. And that, because I think Chris Evans is... What?
I thought that was like the worst
Oh,
part
fuck.
of the movie.
That guy is charisma. That guy has so much charisma. My wife enjoyed Ryan Gosling. I like that
I do
Ryan
too.
Gosling's Canadian. I love that about him. I think he can be funny in the right... you put him in the right situation, he can be a funny guy.
I was introduced to Ryan Gosling when watching Breaker High.
Yeah, he was on You Can't Do That on Television.
That's what
too.
people are saying. I didn't realize
I
that.
never saw it.
But mostly Breaker High because he was like one of the funny characters. in
Okay.
it. And I loved Breaker High. Go watch Breaker High if you can. Go download it.
Don't
legally.
download illegally.
I wonder if you could buy it
Probably.
legally.
From Ryan Gosling.
No.
He sell it to you. It's like, hey, girl.
So it would be a YTV thing. I wonder if it was one of those things that was in the U.S. but was brought to Canada, or was it a
I don't know,
Canadian
YTV.
show?
I thought YTV was Canadian.
Yeah, but how they brought in like I can't believe it's not butter. No, you can't do that on television, which was a Nickelodeon show.
Oh, was it?
Okay, let's be honest. The first or second season was a Canadian show, and then Nickelodeon bought them and brought them over, and made it an American.
All
show.
of this is more fascinating than The Gray Man. Because you know what? Ryan Gosling is a fine actor, but not in this role. I had zero interest
My
in him in
screen
this
keeps
role.
going away because I had to reset my iPad because someone said they were going to buy it, and I reset it.
Was it me?
And they didn't buy it, and
It was
now
probably me.
it's got probably fucker.
Disgust myself.
I should have
I'll
known.
buy it.
Bobble Robble at
$75 cents.
OnlyFans.
Subscribe to my OnlyFans and I'll buy your iPad.
I'm stuck with this thing. I loved it.
Nope.
I actually loved it. I thought at first it was like Suicide Squad like, where it was like the tongue-in-cheek fun thing. But then they go into like they do some really good choreography.
And I will say until the one
Fight
part
scenes
that
were
looked
good.
really bad, and I was surprised at how bad it looked, was when that train smashes into the car. I was like, this looks really bad.
Did you see when is he Asian? He came out of the window. It was at the hospital, and he jumps one floor down.
Yep.
And it was the worst CG.
Yeah.
Comparatively to other CG in the movie where they're
Yeah.
like really, really good.
Looks really good. I was
But
like, yeah, there was.
he jumps down. It's like it's definitely Daredevil-ish.
When the car gets hit, so there's the train coming, and the train looks great, and I read a little bit about the demented obsession with drones in this show. There's so many fucking drone shots, which is fine, but
The reflection choreography in that was amazing.
it hits that black truck, and I thought like the truck. So you hit the truck, and the truck is supposed to like fold, like that's what happens, right? When you hit it, it literally just kind of goes clink, and then it's so shiny on the top of it. I'm like, for a second, I was like, maybe Like, you know when your quality kind of dips down
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
watch something because your network sucks? That's kind of what it looked like for a second.
Yeah,
it looks so terrible.
was-
and it stands out because the rest of everything else looks fine.
Yeah, there was those rare moments where it was just too obvious that you didn't have time to fix this.
Yeah, that
And it was just
guys
like,
were running under the
what?
gun.
Like there was like 2 or 3 moments that did that, and I was just like, why?
It
the
felt-
rest is so good.
For me, it felt way too convoluted.
They did the skydiving scene way better
Yeah.
than like Jurassic World did the fall,
Yep,
the free
yep, yep,
fall. Like the free fall in Jurassic World was just this girl, what's her face in a parachute, just going ah.
and then she's falling so slowly.
It was
But,
that was so dumb. But in this, they did like a full on choreography fight scene while skydiving. I was just like, what?
It just, for me, it felt very generic.
I disagree.
it
The
wasn't-
choreography was not generic. It was like the most.
That was okay. That
Amazing
was
thing.
good, but it was the what are we gonna do? What about number
Yeah.
6? How do we take him
I agree.
down? The only person that I had a ball watching was Chris Evans. He was mean. He was trying to do the complete opposite of Captain America. He was trying to be a bad guy, and he was chewing up the scenery. I was having a ball watching Chris Evans. But Ryan Gosling, I just don't. I like him in like The Nice Guys. That's who I like him as this kind of goofy guy. And this, he was just too goddamn serious, and it just didn't work for me.
It definitely played as like they wanted to get out of what they're used to playing.
And he would have like little quippy things he would say to Chris Evans when they were talking on the phone sometimes or on the walkie-talkies, and I'm like, if you're gonna be serious, be serious.
Mm-hmm.
Don't joke, like don't jump all over the place. And for me, that just took me out of it. But yeah, I will say the choreography was good. I just got bored really fast.
I
watching
say
it.
watch this movie just for the fight the fight choreography, the action choreography in general.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much of it. It's so much better than Fast and the Furious. It
I-
does
I
it so
would-
much better. It's on par with, I would say, even a John Wick stuff.
Okay.
Like it's amazing. The
I
stuff in
would-
the square.
I would
So
say
original.
skip the first, I want to say 40 minutes of this
Firework
movie.
scene was stupid.
Yeah, and the
And it was
introduction to him being, I'm a guy in jail, but Billy Bob's gonna come in and hire me. I'm gonna be a gray man, so you don't know who I
It was
am.
confusing at first.
Also,
for sure.
some hired. I'm a CIA now. Bye. And then he's a CIA guy, and he does like a mission. All of that could have been taken out, and you could just say, "Hey, Ryan Gosling is a super secret agent that we call the Gray Man," and that's all you needed. You could pull out that whole first 40 minutes because that's where I was so fucking bored when they introduced Chris Evans as. You don't even need to introduce Chris Evans as kind of the anti Ryan Gosling. Just say, "Hey, Chris Evans kidnapped this girl. Gosling, you go in and get her because it's Billy Bob's niece." That's where you should start the story.
That would be too easy, like too simple.
For me, that's what.
Because they were definitely going for like twists and turns.
Yeah, I didn't care much for the twists and turns. I just liked. I like when they fought at the end. I thought that was a lot of fun. Like it was just. I really enjoyed those parts, but I was really bored
I thought
during
you'd
that
get
opening.
a really big kick. I was thinking Rob's gonna love this part when
Boobs fall out.
when they introduced a corn maze type thing. I was just like, Rob will love it. When do you ever see a corn? It's not corn maze, but it's like a hedge maze
Yeah.
or like
I think I
When
said
do
to
you ever
Karen.
see that?
I think I said to Karen, like, where have we seen this before?
where?
The Shining.
Oh, I've never watched
Oh my god! But you love the
scary
Gray Man.
movies. I don't do scary movies.
But yeah, not terrible. Just it could have been better if it was shortened the fuck down.
I will tell you that I guarantee you there's going to be a sequel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it's fair.
Supposedly there's going to be also a spin-off. I don't care for that.
Could it be the light gray man? The
He's starting to get elderly.
the off
The
white
light gray.
You know what? It's going to be a black dude, and it's going to be the off white man.
No, we can't do that.
Oh.
I really enjoyed it. It was so much fun. Yes, the story was
A little generic.
yeah, it wasn't like one
It
of those
felt like
like,
it was
oh
trying to
my
be-
god.
It felt like it was trying to be Bourne Identity. The whole time I was watching, I feel like it was trying to do a Jason Bourne story.
But those are typically easy to follow. They're like, and for this kind of action, that's all you need.
But you for me, I buy Matt Damon as Jason Bourne. I did not buy Jeremy Renner at all when they tried that bullshit with it.
Yeah.
But again, with Ryan Gosling, I just don't buy him in that role. Chris Evans, I was 100% sold on. But Ryan Gosling just didn't work.
I kind of like it, but I get what you're saying. Like he's not what's his? Is it Liam Neeson that does the like
Taken and
yeah. Like he does all the same movies. Speaking of which, I brought it up for a reason. I watched Memory, which is very apropos. Right?
Did you want to forget it as soon as you watched it?
Very apropos because I worry that my life is going down that road because like it speaks of this hitman that is dealing with memory loss. Yes, that's what I do.
What movie does?
I look to God for answers.
What movie?
Memory.
Whose Memory?
Oh my God. So my wife and I watched it, hoping it was one of those fun Liam Neeson movies that is just like,
you took my daughter.
Yeah.
I have a very special set of skills.
I'm gonna come after you. It was bad. It was what's his face that lost his memory? Not memory, but
Beautiful Mind.
No, we were just talking about it. He
Fargo. Russell Crowe.
Armageddon.
Thor. Oh, Billy Bob.
No.
When the fuck did Billy Bob lose his fucking? When did Ryan Gosling lose?
Fifth Element.
Oh, Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
When the fuck were we talking about Bruce Willis?
About his recent movies that were like,
That was
are all horrible.
15 podcasts ago.
I know. Okay, so
I'm just expected to fucking know.
I feel Liam Neeson is going down the Bruce Willis route now, where he's just doing the same character in every like C to F movie. And just give me the money.
Yeah.
And it was so. It's like we're watching a C movie with an A actor, and it just sucked.
Should have been watching The Gray Man.
I did, and I loved it.
The Off-White Man.
I would give The Gray Man an 8 out of 10.
I would give The Gray Man a 6 out of 10 for choreography.
I would watch The Gray Man over Shang-Chi.
Oh, yeah. But I'd watch... No.
We're doing comparatives.
That's a hard one.
Yeah. I would watch The Gray Man over any of the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh, fuck. I would watch fucking paint dry over any of the Fast and Furious
movies. I would watch John
movies.
Wick before The Gray Man. But that's what they're going for. They're going for Bourne,
I'm looking
Wick,
forward to that fucking new John Wick movie.
Is there a new one?
Yeah. John Wick 4.
I love it. The gun choreography is always original.
And he walks around with a sign. This new one is about him running for president. And it says John Wick 4.
I hate that we're ending it on that
Watch
note.
and subscribe at Watch and or
We're 12 minutes in.
Complain.
Do you have more to say about this movie? Netflix is pushing.
There's got to be a better one
Netflix
than Biz or
has
Org.
sent me a survey. Okay.
Just you.
So I was just like, okay, I'm
one person.
I want to see what they're asking on this survey, right? So I go through the survey and they're asking what of their recent stuff have you noticed on television ads or whatever, and then I say, okay, what I've noticed and what I've watched, and then they go into what you've watched, and you are rating it and saying what you liked about it or what you hated.
Did you ever put in the notes? I watch and complain at watchandcomplain.
No, they don't care.
Biz
just like
org.
The 32 people that are going to watch this.
There might be more.
They were definitely hinting at a sequel. In that, and they were asking which characters do you want to see brought back, which ones do you like most, which ones do you?
How much do you love that Netflix has so little faith in this movie that they're like, hey, here's a survey. You tell us who you liked, and we'll just make a movie about them. Like, holy fuck, dude.
They're in a place where they're like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's really what it feels like. Another thing that
I know our reality shows are working.
I was talking about the other day with the women in my life, with the recent outings of how poorly treated the visual effects artists are at Pixar and Disney. I wonder if we're about to see a mass strike
like
exodus.
the writers' strike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's going to be the animators.
Sure.
So these movies aren't going to be able to have these animators anymore, where they rather say, look, I would rather move back in with my fucking parents than animate for you because it is such a miserable situation.
We're going through that with the gaming industry currently.
Oh, really?
Where there's been a crunch. I've told you about that in the past, where developers would say, "Oh, you have to stay here for 80-hour weeks, and you have to like, oh, you're going to sleep here and then come back to work. Oh, well, that's great. We're not
going to pay you extra for that, but we appreciate it."
Well, that's something I don't agree with in the States. The places that are like, you have to come in for 80 hours, but we're not paying overtime.
Yeah.
We're not going to pay you extra. It's part of your salary.
Yep.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not working extra because
I'm not
you
killing
just
myself for you.
Say so. Like,
Yep.
that's stupid. Like,
But
pay me
that's
extra.
That's what I think is going to happen, and it's going to become like, okay, we don't have enough animators to animate our movie. Guess what we got to do? We got to start going old school, or we got to start doing movies that don't have massive special
with
effects.
the gaming industry, it's the developers, and it's not even like we're striking. It's one of those woke things where it's like, if you're treating your company bad, it's going to get out and people are going to look badly on you. Like
right.
EA has a horrible rep.
Oh, fuck
there was
yeah.
a bunch of stuff that happened with, was it...
I thought it was Sim
wasn't
City?
Rockstar, was it? No. Rockstar is in the middle of dealing with that as well. But there was a big thing where Microsoft bought a company just recently, and that company...
Didn't they buy like Activision?
Activision, that's it. And that company was rife with like some shit, some like
That's
horrible
where Microsoft
treatment.
said they're going to let those guys figure their shit out, but if they don't, they're going to like ditch them and just fucking start right from the head down.
I think at this point they're sending people in and be like, we're changing
Get the fuck out. Yeah.
Like, fix it. And there was like this one guy in general that was just the most poor,
Yeah, that's what they
and
said,
he's
the
still
guy at the
there.
top.
Like, he needs to go. And they're just waiting for the full on
when they belong to Microsoft.
yeah, when it's all through the legal system to be like, goodbye, get the fuck out. But they can't do that
fuck out.
beforehand, or it looks even worse. So it's
They'll
a
make him a
big thing.
janitor.
But that's happening with the developers, and you look down. The gaming community looks down on developers now that are treating their company like that. So the companies are looking to get ahead of that and treat their start treating their people better. I can't speak right now. I think it's the NOS.
But I think that won't happen with Disney and Pixar due to the sheer volume of animators. Like, you can't have a small country of animators, treat them like garbage, expect them to pump out the amount of work they can, and then suddenly go, oh, you know what? We're going to start treating you guys with decency and giving you time off and shit, because the entire library of stuff that you have queued up until 2025 will grind to a halt. And you're going to put like an extra 3 years on that, which is going to fuck up everything that you've already decided is coming out, which is why I think they're going to be like, nope, you know what? Shut up and work. And we're going to see a mass exodus strike.
There's going to be an issue there because say there's a mass exodus strike, Disney's going to be like, oh, we got to get ahead of this. Mm-hmm. And they're going to be like, okay, we'll just do whatever we need to do. No, like, we're not going to make you do 80-hour weeks. We're going to be more conscious of that.
That means everything will get slowed down, which
though?
I think it will.
Will it though? Because there's been lots of studies and lots of like real life situations where you don't grind these people and they work better and harder during the time that they are there instead of forced to be there. Like, if I'm forced to do something for 80 hours a week, I'm slowed down to a crawl.
Gonna half-ass it.
Yeah. I don't fucking care anymore.
I don't know. It's possible, but I just feel like that's the next. Like, the writer's strike was a great example. Where they just like, look, we've had enough of being treated like this.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing is going to happen. And I think that's going to have a massive effect on animated movies or computer animation and stuff like that. I'm very interested to see what happens.
I just hope it goes the way of the gaming industry, where there's just like
Microsoft?
the community, which I love, by the way, but the community just embraces that they are the changers. They change people.
You're not going to smell that cat because I have a dehumidifier down here now. But yes, I agree. Embrace the gaming industry.
The look I gave you. What were we watching? Oh, the
Miss
Gray
Marvel.
Man.
Yes, the Gray Man. The Gray Man meets Miss Marvel.
Out of 10, did you say?
6. Yeah, because it was good choreography. I enjoyed that part, but just the rest of it was just. If it was an hour and 20 minutes, it would have rocked. It would have been like a fucking rocket ship. But the fact that they just slowed it down, especially the start drags like a motherfucker.
They need to bring that Asian dude back. He was awesome.
What Asian dude?
The guy that came in and was like against the main character, but then he turned.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That was one of the twists.
I thought you were talking about like a director or something. Like, what Asian dude?
Fucking Asian people. Damn it.
Now we're going to hell.
No. Thank you for watching.
Follow
Watch
us
and Complain.
on watchandorcomplain.
We had to fill some time.
There's got to be
Could have
other.
ended this at 8 minutes.
Oh shit! I could say .ca. Watchandorcomplain.ca.
No, we don't